Good morning to you all in this online class. Today we will discuss about the causes of failure of revolt and its importance, right? Because yesterday, yes, you will have to turn on your video. Let me to introduce something, right? So first of all, you have to turn on your video. No option. Let me to say so. Turn on your video option, right? All of you turn on your video option. Shall let it be. All of you turn on your video option. To resume my work. Very good morning to you all, my dear students. As we know, today we will revise the chapter or some portion of the chapter, the First War of Independence. In this lesson, you have learned there were many Indian leaders who fought bravely against the British. Some of them were as follows. Their faces, images are here. No doubt, apart from it, there were many others who fought on behalf of India against the British. Some of them were most famous and popular. They were Mangal Pandey, Bir Kumar Singh, Nana Shahab, Tantya Tope, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Hazrat Begum Mahal, and most and very important leader, or the one leader under whom whole India was struggling against the British, was Bahadur Shah Jafar II. He was the last Mughal emperor and he led the revolution. Yesterday I have discussed and told you about all the important leaders, centers, and the British officials who suppressed the revolt, pacified the revolts by violent activities, coercive methods. Now, here names are written in your slide. Yesterday we had discussed, right? Now, next is leaders who did not take part in revolt, right? The leaders who did not take part in the revolt, right? We have to learn it, right? Here you see leaders who did not participate the revolt. Sometimes 3 marks questions are asked from the side. They were the leaders of Punjab, right? They were the leaders of Punjab who did not take part in the revolt. They kept themselves aloof from this one. Next was the Nizam of Hyderabad, whose photograph is here, image is here. And third was Sindhia of Gwalior, ruler of Gwalior, whose images are here, image is here. Next was the Madras and the Bombay regiments, the troops, Indian soldiers, who did not participate in the revolt and they were in favor of the British. And fourth one was the Afghans and Gurkhas, They did not only kept themselves aloof, but also they were loyal to the British, faithful to the British, obedient to the British. I mean, they helped the British. And this also became one of the cause of the failure of revolt, because all the rulers of India and all the regiments of Indian soldiers under British could not support to the rebellions or to the rebels. So it became one of the basic cause. They were interested in ruling their own country by the help of the British. It is why they kept themselves separate from the revolt. So if the question comes for 3 marks or 5 marks, because 5 points are here, you will write all the facts in complete sentence. You will not copy. You will not copy these terms or phrasal words or teaching points. These are the teaching points. When you will convert it into answer set, you will have to write these points in meaningful sentence. Have you understood? So be very attentive toward this slide, toward this information, knowledge, and you will learn a lot. Is it clear? Next is what? Next, as you know, next slide is suppression of the revolt. How did the British suppress the revolt? I mean, pacified the revolt. First, the city of Delhi, that was captured by the rebellions, right? On 11th May 1857, that Delhi was recaptured by the British and it was made free from the rebels. I mean, the person who participated in revolt. A person who makes revolt is known as rebels. So Delhi was freed from rebels by killing and punishing the rebels. Next, Kashmiri Gate was blown up, right? That was captured by the rebellions, by the rebels. It was again brought under fire, and this was also made free from the rebels by blowing up the Kashmiri Gate in Delhi. Next, hundreds of people were killed at a time. I mean, massacre took place where so many people, because massacre means an event where many peoples are killed at a time. So many peoples were killed to create fear and terror in their heart, right? And it created fear. This was the action taken by the British to get or to pacify the revolt, to break down the revolt. Prachi, you have written here 1919. Actually, 1919, you want to say, I think, Jallianwala Bagh massacre had taken place, where massacre take place, right? Had taken place. So this event had happened after so many years of this event. Now next is to weak the revolt. Bahadur Shah Jafar was captured, I mean arrested by the British. He was brought under the trial and exiled to Rangoon. Okay. His son was arrested and killed brutally because it was said that they were held guilty of the murder of the Englishmen, women, and children. No, they killed his son because he, the British accepted this truth that their son was also involved in killing so many English men, women, and children. It is why both of them were killed. Next was Lucknow was again recaptured, again captured or recaptured by the British. It means the revolt in Lucknow was also failed. And last one, Rani Lakshmi Bai, Tantia Tope, and other leaders were also arrested and killed. Rani Lakshmi Bai was killed in battlefield, and Tatya Tope was brought under trial and hanged to death. In this way, maximum leaders were arrested and killed. Bahadur Shah Jafar was exiled, sent to Rangoon, ousted from India. So all these causes became the failure of the revolt, or all the actions that were taken by the British were responsible for the suppression of the revolt. If question comes, which steps were taken by the British to suppress the revolt, this information, knowledge will enrich you preparing the best answer, right? So you have to write these answer, these points as an answer of the question, how did the revolt of 1857 suppressed by the British? Okay. Now next is what? Next slide you will learn here causes of the failure of the revolt. Yesterday, due to the lack of time, I had only highlighted the points. Now you listen the explanation. Actually, there were some main reasons of the failure of the revolt. First was what? The revolt broke out before its fixed date. As you know, it broke out on 10th May, while this date was fixed on 30th May. Have you understood? It broke out before the fixed date, so it led the failure of the revolt. Why? Because if it did not go according to the plan, as the revolutionaries failed to spread it beyond central India and Delhi. If the plan had gone as per the schedule, as per the fixed date, the revolt would have broken out in many parts of India simultaneously, at a time. And naturally, it would have been very difficult for the British or the then Governor General Lord Canning to control the revolt, right? You know, if the revolt used to take, or if the revolt take place part-wise or after a certain interval, this situation gives the sufficient time to the government to pacify such type of revolt very easily. But if revolt breaks out at a time in many parts of the country, really it is a very tough task for the government to control as soon as possible, or government can be failed to control. It happened with the revolt of 1857, right? Because it broke out before its fixed date. And you know, the revolt, if the revolt had gone or had broken out as per the schedule, it would have been very difficult for Lord Canning to control. Now, next was no unity among rebels. Actually, for bringing unity, there is need to have the common cause, right? But unfortunately, in this revolt, whoever were fighting against the British rule, they had their personal interest or personal problem. There was not commonness among them. And it is why this type of situation failed to create unity among the rebels, right? Failed to create unity among rebels. Because Rani Lakshmi Bai was fought for his lost kingdom. Nana Sahib and Tatya Tope wanted to re-establish the Maratha power, right? The sepoys of Bengal wanted to revive the glory of Mughals rule. So there was lack of the common ideology among them. That is why they could not be united, and it became one of the cause of the failure of revolt of 1857. Now next, there was no idea of nationalism among them. Nationalism is a feeling in which the people of a country or of a nation feels oneness on national scale, right? Feeling, I mean, nationalism is a feeling, is an idea according to which a countryman thinks that whole nation is of him. He is related with whole nation. I mean, oneness on national scale. The feeling of oneness on national scale is known as nationalism. For example, today there is extreme national, there is very good nationalism, because anywhere in India, if any event take place against our interest, all Indians stand up against them. I mean, all Indians became become ready or begins to oppose that event or support that event if it is in favor. This is called the feeling of nationalism. So now in those days there was lack of the feeling of nationalism. It is why people could not fight in united form. Next was not widespread. I mean, the revolt was not widespread in whole India. It was limited up to north and central India. Next was Indian rebels had not sophisticated weapons, and its rebellions, I mean, were not well disciplined, lack of the disciplined army. While the British had the sophisticated weapons as well as the disciplined army. It is why it also became one of the cause of the failure of revolt. And last one is what? The rebel leadership was neither strong nor gave real direction to the rebels. While the leadership quality of the British was very high and better than Indians, which helped them to get victory over the rebels. Now this is description. In short, you can write 5 points. You can write in meaningful sentence if question comes, mention the causes of the failure of the revolt. And last topic of your chapter is what? Results of the revolt. Point wise you have to mention and you should learn. First of all, it brought the end of British East India Company rule. I mean, before 1857, the company was ruling. But later on, British government started to rule. First, second, Queen Victoria assumed the title of Empress of India. I mean, Queen of India. I mean, Indians were not allowed to rule. Third, the British Crown took over the administration of India. I mean, in India, company was not entitled to rule. Administration was led by the Crown, and from the Britain, the British Crown took over. I mean, the British Queen became the in charge of this. I mean, became the ruler of our country. Next, a Secretary of State was appointed in India to run the government here on behalf of the British government. The Secretary of State was given the responsibility to take all the cares of India and to inform the government in Britain and obey the instruction of Queen or British ruler, right? In this way, these actions were taken. The Governor General was named Viceroy. I mean, title was assumed. The Governor General took the title Viceroy. Viceroy means representative of the British Crown. Whatever action was to be taken by the British, I mean in India, by the Governor General or Viceroy, it will be taken by the Viceroy as the representative of British Crown. Next, the policy of conquest was given up. You know, the government, I mean Queen Victoria declared that the government, I mean British government, would not get victory over any Indian territories. Next one, full religious freedom was guaranteed to Indians. They said that they would not intervene in religious matters. And last one, they assured Indians to provide high post in the administration. So these actions were taken and these were the results of the revolt. I hope you have learned. Now, let me to share a link, right? So please